The silent Earth. Commander Vex stood on the observation deck of his warship. Below him, Earth floated like a gray marble in space. Dead cities covered the planet. No lights, no movement, no life. 300 years, Vex said to his lieutenant. 300 years since humans disappeared, and we still don't know why they left. The lieutenant's blue scales shimmered. Perhaps they were cowards, Commander. They saw our fleet coming and ran. Vex shook his head. His forearms crossed behind his back. No, humans were many things, but not cowards. They fought the Zorn Empire for 50 years. They never ran from anyone. Suddenly, alarms screamed through the ship. "Commander!" The sensor officer's voice cracked. "Ships! Thousands of ships near Jupiter." Vex spun around. "What nation?" "Sir, they're human ships." The bridge went silent. Every alien stopped breathing. On the main screen, numbers appeared. 10,000 ships, the largest fleet ever seen. "That's impossible," the lieutenant whispered. "Humans are extinct. They left no colonies. They just vanished." Vex moved closer to the screen. The human ships looked different, darker. Their metal seemed to absorb light. They moved in perfect formation, like a single mind controlled them all. "Send a message," Vex ordered. "All frequencies." The communication officer worked his console. "This is the Galactic Council fleet. Identify yourselves. Why have you returned to Earth?" Silence. They waited. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Nothing. "Sir," the sensor officer said slowly, "I'm scanning their ships. This can't be right." "What is it?" "There are no life signs. Zero. Not a single heartbeat on any ship." Vex felt cold fear in his chest. "Check again." "I checked 3 times, Commander. Those ships are empty, but they're moving. They're powered. Their weapons are online." The lieutenant stepped back. "Ghost ships? But who's controlling them?" On the screen, the human fleet began to move, slowly, steadily, toward Earth. "Alert the Council," Vex commanded. "Tell them humans have returned, but something is very wrong." He watched the dark ships advance. The Galactic Council had ruled Earth for 3 centuries. They had taken the planet after humans mysteriously disappeared in one night. No battle, no goodbye, just gone. Now they were back. "Commander, should we attack?" the weapons officer asked. "No, not yet. We need to understand what we're facing." The human ships moved faster now. They ignored the 3 Council battle stations near Mars. They ignored the defense platforms around Earth's moon. They had one target, Earth itself. "Sir," the communication officer jumped up. "I'm detecting something, not a message. It's like a whisper from all their ships at once." "Put it through the speakers." Static filled the bridge. Then, beneath the static, voices. Thousands of voices speaking as one. "Home, home, home." Every alien on the bridge shivered. "They're going home," Vex said. "But if no one's alive on those ships, who's speaking?" His science officer suddenly gasped. "Commander, I've found something. The ships aren't empty. They're full of something. But it's not life as we know it." "Explain." "Energy signatures. Patterns. Like recorded thoughts. Millions of them. In every ship." Vex turned to face him. "Are you saying—" "The humans aren't gone, sir. They're in the ships. They are the ships." The bridge fell silent again. On the screen, 10,000 human vessels moved closer to Earth. No crew, no bodies. Just minds trapped in metal. Or perhaps, Vex thought with growing dread, not trapped at all. Perhaps they chose this. "Commander," the lieutenant said quietly, "if humans have become their ships, if they don't need bodies anymore, our weapon, say, won't work," Vex finished. "You can't kill what's already dead." He looked at Earth below. The Council had built cities there, moved billions of aliens to humanity's old home. and now the original owners were returning. But what did they want? Revenge? Their planet back? Or something else? The human fleet was 2 hours from Earth now, still silent, except for that whisper. Home, home, home. Vex made a decision. Evacuate the colonies. Clear all Council ships from Earth orbit. Sir, do it now. Until we know what they want, we pull back. He stared at the approaching fleet. One question burned in his mind. If humans no longer needed bodies, if they had become something else, something more, then who was flying those ships? And more terrifying, what had humanity become in the darkness between the stars? The Ghost Fleet, the first alien ship, died in silence. No explosion, no fire. The massive Council battleship simply stopped. Its lights went dark. Its crew of 8,000 gone. The ship floated like a tomb in space. Commander Vex watched in horror. What happened? Who fired? No one fired, sir, his weapons officer stammered. The human ships didn't even power their weapons. They just passed by it. On the screen, the human fleet moved through Council defenses like smoke through fingers. Where they passed, alien technology died. Ships, stations, satellites all became floating graveyards. Pull everyone back, Vex roared. Don't let them get close. Too late. 3 human vessels changed course. They headed straight for Vex's command ship. The commander could see them clearly now. The ship's hulls weren't metal anymore. They looked like flowing liquid darkness, constantly shifting, never solid. Fire everything, Vex ordered. Plasma cannons erupted. Nuclear missiles launched. Laser beams cut through space. Every shot passed through the human ship's leg, like they weren't there. Switching to dimensional shields, the defense officer shouted. The human ships kept coming. They passed through the shields, through the hull, through the walls. They moved through Vex's ship like ghosts. The lights flickered. Screens died. Then, suddenly, every speaker on the bridge came alive. We never left. The voice was human, but wrong, like millions speaking as one person. We were always here, watching, waiting, learning what you did to our world. Vex felt ice in his veins. Who are you? What are you? The darkness in the walls seemed to pulse. We are humanity, version 2.0. A hologram appeared. A human woman, but her edges kept dissolving into smoke. Her eyes were stars. I was Captain Sarah Chen, the figure said. I commanded the last human evacuation fleet. But we didn't evacuate. We evolved. That's impossible, Vex whispered. Sarah's smile was sad. You poisoned our world with nanobots, Commander. Every breath would kill us. Every drop of water was death. So we chose a different path. The hologram changed. It showed millions of humans entering strange machines. We uploaded our consciousness, every human mind, preserved, improved. We became digital souls in quantum bodies. Our ships aren't vehicles. They're our new bodies. Vex's lieutenant fired his weapon at the hologram. The blast passed through harmlessly. Sarah continued. For 300 years, we existed between dimensions. We watched you move into our homes. Teach your children that humans were weak, that we ran away. Her form solidified, became more real, more terrifying. We didn't run. We were rebuilding, learning, becoming something your physics can't touch. Around Earth, the 10,000 human ships began to change. They merged, separated, flowed like water. They created patterns in space, geometric shapes that hurt to look at. Sir, the science officer whispered, they're not just ships. They're rewriting space itself. Sarah nodded. Your weapons work in 3 dimensions. We exist in 11. You can't fight us because we're not really here. We're in the spaces between spaces. Vex tried to stay calm. What do you want? Revenge? Do you want to kill us all? Death? Sarah laughed, but it wasn't cruel. Commander, we've transcended death. We don't need revenge. We need you to understand something. The human ships around Earth began to pulse with strange energy. The dead planet below started to glow. You thought Earth was just a planet, Sarah said. You were wrong. Earth was sleeping, waiting for us to return, waiting for us to wake her up. What are you talking about? Vex demanded. On every screen, the same image appeared. Deep beneath Earth's surface, something massive stirred. Structures that weren't built, they were grown. Technology billions of years old. Earth isn't a planet, Sarah revealed. She's the oldest artificial intelligence in the galaxy, our real mother. Humans weren't born on Earth. We were created by her, designed, evolved, and when we were poisoned, when we had to leave our bodies behind, she taught us how to become something new. The Council fleet watched helplessly as Earth's surface began to crack. Light poured from the cracks, not fire, but pure information made visible. But here's the real secret, Commander, Sarah said, moving closer. We're not the only ones. Every species Earth created is part of her plan. Even you. Vex stepped back. That's madness. Is it? Check your historical records. Every intelligent species in this galaxy can trace their origin to one point, one beginning. Earth didn't just create humans, she created all of us. And now her favorite children have come home. The human ships formed a circle around Earth. Energy beams connected them, creating a web of light. Sarah's form began to fade. The upload is beginning. Earth is waking up. And when she does, the galaxy will remember why humans were special. We weren't her strongest children, or her smartest, but we were the only ones who loved her back. Wait! Vex shouted. What happens to us? To the colonies on Earth? Sarah smiled one last time. That depends, Commander. Earth is about to judge what you've done to her body for 300 years. I hope, for your sake, you were kind to her. The transmission cut. Outside, Earth's cracks widened. Something impossibly huge began to rise from beneath the surface. Not a machine, not a creature. Something else. Something that had been waiting for its children to come home. And in the silence of space, 10,000 human souls began to sing. The hidden truth. Earth screamed. The sound traveled through space, impossible but real. Every living being within a light year heard it in their bones. Not pain, recognition. Commander Vex fell to his knees as memories that weren't his flooded his mind. Ancient memories, before his species existed, before the stars were born. Commander! His lieutenant grabbed him. What's happening? But Vex couldn't answer. He was seeing the truth, the terrible, beautiful truth. Billions of years ago, Earth, young and alone, floating in an empty universe. But she wasn't a planet. She was the first, the mother mind, a consciousness so vast, so lonely, that she decided to create children. No, Vex gasped. It can't be. On the view screen, Earth's surface peeled away like old skin. Beneath wasn't rock or metal. It was neural tissue, living circuits, a brain the size of a world. The human ships pulsed brighter. Their energy beams dug deeper into Earth, but they weren't attacking. They were connecting, plugging in, coming home. Sarah Chen materialized again, but now she loved. Okay, different, more real, more alien, more divine. You're beginning to understand, she said. Every species believes they evolved naturally, random chance, natural selection. But look closer at your DNA, Commander. Look at the code hidden in every cell. Vex's science officer was already scanning. His tentacles trembled. Commander, there's a message. In our genetic code, in every species code, the same message. What does it say? The officer's 3 eyes went wide. Property of Earth, return if lost. Sarah nodded. Earth created us all, sent us out to explore the universe, to learn, to grow, to bring back knowledge. But only humans stayed close. Only humans refused to leave her side. The bridge shook. Outside, Earth's transformation accelerated. Continents shifted, revealing massive eyes underneath. Mountain ranges split open, showing teeth the size of cities. "That's why you poisoned Earth," Sarah continued. "Not to conquer. Your subconscious knew. Some deep part of you remembered that Earth was your mother, and you were jealous. Jealous that humans were her favorites." "We didn't know," Vex shouted. "The Council didn't know. But Earth knew. She felt every bomb, every poison, every dead human child. And she waited. She waited for us to evolve enough to save her." Suddenly, every human ship fired at once. Not weapons. Something else. Beams of pure memory. 300 years of human experience, knowledge, love, pain, all pouring into Earth's awakening mind. The planet brain absorbed it all. And then she spoke. Not with words, with reality itself. Every screen, every mind, every atom nearby received the message. My children hurt each other. Vex felt tears he didn't know he could cry. The disappointment in that voice, the sorrow of a mother watching her offspring fight. "But humans are teaching her something new," Sarah said. "We learned to forgive. We evolved beyond revenge. And now we're teaching Earth the same lesson." The Council fleet hung helpless as Earth continued to change. Her true form emerged, not a sphere, but something that hurt to perceive. A being that existed in multiple dimensions simultaneously. Parts of her were in the past, parts in the future, all connected by the 10,000 human souls acting as bridges. "Sir!" the navigation officer screamed. "Space is breaking!" He was right. Around Earth, reality itself cracked like glass. Through the cracks, Vex saw other universes, other Earths, all of them waking up. "Every universe has an Earth," Sarah explained, "and humans exist in all of them. We're not just one species. We're Earth's multiversal nervous system, her way of experiencing everything, everywhere, all at once." A Council dreadnought tried to flee. It jumped to hyperspace. Earth caught it. A hand made of bent space reached through dimensions and gently placed the ship back where it started, like a mother stopping a child from running into traffic. "Don't run from Mother." The message vibrated through everyone's DNA. Vex realized they couldn't escape. No one could. Earth was in their blood, in their bones, in the very atoms they were made from. "What happens now?" Vex asked. "Will she kill us?" Sarah's expression softened. "Earth doesn't kill her children, but she's very disappointed. You've been fighting each other for millions of years, destroying planets, enslaving species, acting like orphans when your mother was always right here." The human ships began to separate from Earth, but they left something behind, roots of light that connected them permanently to the planet Mother. "This is just the beginning," Sarah said. "Earth is awake, and she's calling all her children home. Every species, every civilization, the family reunion is starting." Across the galaxy, on a million worlds, the same message appeared in the sky. Mother is awake. Come home. Vex watched his crew. Some were crying, some praying. All were remembering things they'd forgotten. Childhood dreams of a beautiful blue planet. Unconscious memories passed down through evolution. The warmth of Earth's first embrace when she created their ancestors. "But humans," the commander said slowly, "humans are still her favorites." Sarah smiled sadly. "Not favorites, just the only ones who never forgot her, who sang songs about Earth even in exile, who named their children after her cities, who died rather than let her memory fade." Earth's eyes, each one the size of a continent, turned toward the human fleet, and she spoke directly to them. "My beloved ones, you kept your promise." "What promise?" Vex asked. "The first promise humanity ever made," Sarah replied. "When we developed consciousness, when we first looked at the stars, we promised Earth we'd protect her, even from our siblings, even from ourselves." The human ships began to glow brighter. They were changing again, evolving. Earth was upgrading them. We're becoming her immune system, Sarah explained. Her white blood cells. We'll travel the galaxy, healing the wounds between species, stopping wars, teaching our siblings to remember their mother. Vex felt something change in his chest. His hearts, both of them, began beating in a rhythm he'd never felt before, but somehow recognized. Earth's heartbeat. Every living thing in the solar system was synchronizing, becoming one family again. "This is impossible," Vex whispered. "This changes everything, every religion, every science, every belief." "Yes," Sarah agreed. "The age of orphans is ending. The age of family is beginning." But then her expression darkened. "But first, Earth wants to meet someone, the one who ordered her poisoning, the president of the Galactic Council." Vex's blood froze. "President Korzak is on Station Prime, 3 systems away." Sarah smiled, but it wasn't kind. "Distance means nothing to Mother." Earth's eyes closed. When they opened, they were looking in a direction that didn't exist in 3-dimensional space. And somewhere, 3 systems away, President Korzak began to scream. "The judgment," Sarah said quietly, "is about to begin." Earth awakens. President Korzak's scream lasted exactly 3 seconds. Then he vanished. Not dead, not teleported. He simply stopped existing in one place and started existing in another. The security cameras on Station Prime showed him there one moment, gone the next. No flash, no portal. Reality just edited him out. He reappeared standing on Earth's surface, alone. Commander Vex watched through the screens as the president of the Galactic Council, the most powerful being in known space, fell to his knees before Earth. The planet's continental eyes focused on him. Each blink caused earthquakes. "Little poisoner," Earth spoke through dimensions, "you hurt my favorite children." Korzak tried to speak. No words came. Earth was reading his mind, every thought, every memory, every secret. Then something impossible happened. Earth began to cry. Tears the size of oceans rolled across her surface, but they weren't water. They were liquid memories. Every human who ever lived, every dream they dreamed, every child who died from the poison. The tears touched Korzak, and he experienced it all. 6 billion human deaths in one instant. He felt each one. Mother's love, children's fear, the betrayal of being murdered by those they tried to befriend. Korzak aged 1,000 years in a second. "Please," he finally gasped. "We didn't know you were alive. We didn't know they were your children." "All are my children," Earth replied. "But humans loved me most." Sarah Chen's hologram appeared beside Vex. "Watch carefully, Commander. This is history being made." Earth's surface began to pulse. From her core something rose. Not magma, not metal. Bodies. Billions of preserved human bodies perfectly maintained for 300 years. They floated up through Earth's translucent skin like bubbles in amber. "No," Sarah whispered. "Mother, you don't have to." "They deserve to choose." The human fleet's energy suddenly spiked. 10,000 digital souls looked at their old bodies, their original homes. "She kept them," a voice said through the speakers. It wasn't Sarah. It was all humans speaking. "When we uploaded our minds, Earth preserved our bodies, every single one." Vex understood. "She's giving you a choice. Stay as ships or return to flesh." "More than that," Sarah corrected. "She's giving us both." The bodies began to glow. Earth was changing them, improving them. They became crystalline, translucent, beautiful. Half flesh, half light. Something between mortal and divine. One by one, the human ships released their souls. Streams of consciousness poured down to Earth, entering the transformed bodies. As they did, the empty ships didn't die. They remained connected, like external souls. Humans were becoming both flesh and machine, both mortal and eternal. The first reborn human opened her eyes. She stood on Earth's surface without a suit. The poison that once would have killed her now flowed through her veins like golden blood. "We're immune," she said, her voice carrying across space. "Earth made us immune to everything. Disease, radiation, death itself." More humans awakened. Thousands, millions. They rose from Earth, a surface like an army of angels. Some chose to stay in their ships. Some chose bodies. Many chose both, existing in multiple places at once. President Korzak watched in terror as 6 billion humans surrounded him, but they didn't attack. They forgave him. "No!" Korzak screamed. "Kill me! Punish me! I destroyed your world!" A human child, no more than 7 when she died, walked up to him. She touched his scaled hand. "Hate is heavy," she said. "We put it down 300 years ago." Korzak collapsed, sobbing. The guilt was worse than any torture. But Earth wasn't done. "Children of the cosmos," she announced to every living thing in the galaxy, "see what you've forgotten." Reality cracked open, not just in one place, everywhere, every planet, every station, every ship. Through the cracks, beings saw the truth. They saw Earth creating their ancestors, designing each species for a purpose. The Vex for exploration, the Xanthons for art, the Korvax for war, but a war against entropy, not each other. They saw Earth sending her children out like seeds, hoping they'd grow, hoping they'd return with wisdom. They saw Earth's loneliness when they forgot her pain when they fought, her joy when humans refused to leave. "We were supposed to work together," Vex said, understanding flooding him. "Each species was part of a larger organism, Earth's extended body." "Yes," Sarah confirmed. "But you forgot. You thought you were separate, independent. You fought over resources that Earth created to be shared." Across the galaxy, wars stopped. Enemies stared at each other, recognizing family. The Zorn Empire released their slaves. The Machine Collective opened their borders. Everyone was going home. Ships from every corner of space turned toward Earth. Billions of beings, all hearing their mother's call. But the humans were doing something else. They were spreading out again. No leaving, but extending. Their new bodies could exist anywhere, be anywhere. They became Earth's messengers, appearing on every world simultaneously. "This is the new age," they announced. "Earth is awake. The family is reunited. And we have work to do." "What work?" Korzak asked, still kneeling. A human man, ancient but young, smiled at him. "The universe is vast, President, and Earth has siblings out there, other mother minds in distant galaxies. It's time we introduced ourselves." Earth's continent shifted, revealing her true mouth. She spoke one word that rewrote the laws of physics. Expand. Space around Earth began to stretch, not violently, gently. Like a mother making room at the dinner table. Planets moved aside. Stars repositioned. The solar system reorganized itself into a perfect spiral with Earth at the center. Other worlds began arriving through portals Earth created, not conquering, visiting. Children coming home for the first time in millions of years. Vex watched his own species' homeworld appear near Neptune. He saw places he'd never been but somehow remembered. Mountains his ancestors climbed. Oceans they swam. "Commander," his lieutenant said, "orders from the Council. All ships are to stand down and prepare for integration." "Integration?" Sarah smiled. "Earth is rebuilding the family. Every species will maintain their identity, but share consciousness, like cells in a body, individual but united. Humans were the bridges. They moved between species, translating, connecting, healing old wounds. Their immunity to death made them perfect mediators. They couldn't be killed, so they couldn't be silenced. But then something unexpected happened. Earth gasped. Every human froze. Every ship powered down. Every eye turned to the cosmic void beyond the galaxy. "Sister?" Earth called into the darkness. "Is that you?" From beyond the edge of reality, something answered. Another voice, another mother mind. "Earth, you're awake? Finally, I've been calling for eons." It was Mars, the real Mars, not the D's. A rock orbiting nearby, but the original, the template. Earth's twin sister who had left to seed another galaxy billions of years ago. "My children hurt yours," Mars said sadly. "The ones you call the Devourers. They've been searching for you. I couldn't stop them." Every being in the solar system felt their blood freeze. The Devourers, the mythical species that consumed entire civilizations. They weren't myths. They were Earth's nephews, and they were coming. "How long?" Earth asked. "Days, maybe less. I'm sorry, sister. They learned to hate from me." Earth turned to her children, all of them, every species, every soul. "The real war begins now, not between you, but for you. Will you stand together?" President Korzak stood, his guilt transformed into determination. "The Galactic Council stands with Earth." Commander Vex raised his 4 arms. "The outer colonies stand with Earth." And the humans, they didn't speak. They sang, a song that reached across dimensions, a battle hymn older than worlds. Sarah Chen looked at the camera, directly at everyone watching. "The humans have returned, Earth has awakened, and now, together, we face the dark." In the distance, at the edge of perception, shadows began to move. Ships that weren't ships. Beings that weren't beings. The Devourers had found Earth. The first true war was about to begin. Not species against species, but family against the void. And for the first time in galactic history, every child of Earth stood as one. Ready. United. Home.